Scalise.
Yeah, and Representative Scalise, right now we do know that the president has approved the federal disaster declaration for Louisiana, as Louisiana is under a state of emergency right now. Explain the federal response and things that are going to be needed to help us, especially if Laura does really damage parts of our state.
Yeah, Randy, good morning to you. And yesterday I was in communication with the governor, with all the parish presidents from throughout my district in Southeast Louisiana. Obviously, they're all getting ready to hunker down, be prepared, make sure that families all across South Louisiana, Southwest and Southeast know what's coming from both Marco and Laura, to be prepared for the worst and probably a lot of rain starting today and moving all the way through Thursday. So the president did yesterday approve the emergency declaration, which opens up a lot of other federal resources to prepare, and then ultimately, if the storm does do damage, to be able to respond to that damage as well. So FEMA's ready to go, working with the state, and there's a lot of good coordination right now just to make sure everybody's prepared. All of the storm systems, our flood protection systems, are working properly, and I think people are taking both of these storms seriously, as they should. Because they both can do a lot of damage, especially when we're talking about the rain damage we should be expected to see today and tomorrow. And then you don't really have time, whatever happens in the next day or so, you don't have time to really repair it because you've got Laura coming right behind it. So I think we're all prepared not just for one, but for two storms at the same time. So this is something we've never seen before, but I think everybody's taking the right precautions and doing what they need to do at the government level to protect communities.
Representative Scalise, you talked about how this this disaster declaration will give you all extra federal resources for our state. Talk a little bit more about those resources, please.
Well, for our state and local governments that are right now out there, laying sandbags, getting things prepared, it covers their any kind of overtime, the costs of getting ready for a storm. And you can see there are a lot of costs that are involved. Even if a storm weren't to hit, when you do preparations, it has a cost to local government, and that gets reimbursed, as well as if there is damage from the storm, you're ready to marshal those resources quickly to repair the damage and to help families in these evacuation shelters. You're seeing that already. Some of those being set up even in the middle of COVID, where you have to socially distance. Local governments did go in many cases, set up places for people to evacuate, and are maintaining those, and those costs are covered as well.
And Representative Scalise, talk about the long term here, because for years, and I mean decades really, leaders here in South Louisiana, especially along our coastline, have called for better protection, better things like, we use the burrito levees down in Grand Isle, but things that can be a more permanent, permeable and also permanent structures down there that can protect the Louisiana coastline. So what is being done on the federal level to help Louisiana in the long term, not just for these two storms?
Yeah, Randy, I was actually meeting with Mayor Carmidel about a week and a half ago, talking about this exact issue. We did get some money, federal money, to help repair that burrito levee. I never knew what a burrito levee was before I got elected to Congress. And you sit down with the mayor, and it's amazing. Grand Isle's on the front line of flood protection for our whole state. But when you talk about the damage of coastal erosion, we work to restore the coast, and that's a long-term issue. But the burrito levee is a really unique idea that they came up with in Grand Isle and worked with the Corps of Engineers to develop. And it's had breaches, and so we're working to repair it right now, short term. But there's some long-term changes that Mayor Carmidel is working on, and I'm working with him so that we can try to go get some additional federal money for a stronger flood protection system for Grand Isle. And Grand Isle, again, it's not just important for the island; it's really that front barrier for so much of the rest of the region, Jefferson Parish, New Orleans, and throughout. And then you look further towards the Terrebonne and Lafourche parishes. They've got a different flood protection system that they've been working on, and we're working to get federal help. We just got the federal money to complete the building of LA1, which is an evacuation route for so much of Lafourche Parish and Terrebonne, and we were able to get the funding to finish that project. It's been a long-term goal that we've been trying to do for years. And then you look over all the way to whether it's St. Bernard, Plaquemines, or St. Tammany, there's different flood protection systems that we're working on to help those communities be even stronger. And so every parish has their own plan, but they're working through the statewide plan. And there's a really good plan that the state has that we help fund at the federal level. Some of that, by the way, with revenues from drilling offshore.
All right, Representative Steve Scalise, thank you so much for joining us on the phone this morning to talk more about that federal aid that is coming to Louisiana in the midst of this emergency.